So recently I was invited to a recreation of the Neo Egoist League inside of Azure Latch, which is the most recently completed arc in the Blue Lock Manga, where there are 5 teams being Bastard Muchen, PXG, Manshine City, Ubers, and finally Barter. Each of the teams have their own masters, and they all have to play against each other in an 11v11 format, but the twist for it being in Azure Latch was that instead, YouTubers were the masters. So the master of Bastard and also the host of the event was Lotus, who also has a video out by the time you're seeing this. The master of PXG was Red, but he had personal things he had to do, so the master became Zombini. The master of Manshine City was Balak, but he got super sick the day of, so he was replaced by Ashura. The master of Ubers was Brenoba, and finally the master of Barter was Cam, never ending, but not for the full event, and you're gonna see why later. And similarly to the arc in the manga, the masters of the team could sub onto the pitch for a limited amount of time. For this recreation, it was for a singular minute, but the masters had a wake test, which allowed them to use awakening moves without actually popping awakening, so other players on the field could still use awakening at the same time. And of course, just like the actual arc in the manga, every team had to play against each other, but there was also a value system for each individual player, which I'll just put on screen now. I don't think it really ended up doing anything, except the top 5 players ended up getting some like limited MVPs and emotes. And for each team, only one player could play each style, so there could only be like one Yukimiya, one Chigiri, aside from the master, so there could just be a dupe of one style just for the master in specific. Also, if you hear other people talking into the background at some points, that's just my teammates. Anyways, I was on the Barter team, and the first game up was Barter versus PXG. Also, like the video, consider subscribing, and with that being said, let's just gotta get straight into the video. So the game started off with PXG getting the ball aside, basically just dribbled through our whole defense, but luckily Aiku was able to block it. He passed it up to me. I just went ahead and shot it up with Barter to our teammate, and then he lost the ball. Their team's Nagi passed it to their team's Bachira. He just does his step overs, then he counters, but our teammate falls for it. He shoots the ball to his teammate, defensive stance, so I just go ahead and go back and long shot it up, even though I probably should have gave it to the goalkeeper, and for some reason they have an AI, so we get the first goal of the game. Then next player, Yukimiya instantly steals it from the other team, dribbles through the whole defense, and then right as he's about to shoot off his gyro shot, the Nagi goes ahead and uses his ground control, bumping it to the side, but also making their goalkeeper dive the other way, so he just gets a perfect shot for free. Then their side missed their variant of nutmeg, so I got it, I long shotted it up, but I didn't aim it high enough, but we were still able to get the ball back. But at some point during this game, since the game mode was 11v11, we left a spot open for the masters, but I guess one of our teammates just ended up joining the game and taking Cam's spot, so nobody on the field wanted to leave, so we just decided that we were gonna play without a master for the round. And this guy hit a 5-stage volley as well. Then their team sends up a magic pass, which I steal, but then this Iski pops awakening. And then immediately as their awakening ends, they go ahead and pop move it on me. They get like the cool borrow variant on me, and this was probably a good thing that this happened, because the chance of me selling that pass would probably be pretty high. Then we moved down the field, Kaiser passed to Nagi, and Nagi went ahead and scored a goal. Then our Dawn Undead crashed out to us, but this guy was just AFK, but luckily we were able to steal it back pretty much instantly. Then our Iski just went ahead and scored the final goal of our game, and our Nagi got MVP, making the score 5-0. And then I'm gonna like start saying like little things that happened in between the matches. So like a bunch of people from our team disappeared, so the next game was gonna have to be like a 7v10 or it was like an 8v10, I don't exactly remember. And Cam just kind of disappeared. I'm pretty sure like he fell asleep or something, at least that's what Ray said. But luckily the master of the other team, being Ubers, being Brenoba, agreed not to use their master sub on, because at this point we just did not have a master at all. So the game started off with Ubers getting the ball, but we were able to get it back pretty easily from our Aiku. They did manage to get another shot attempt, but it was blocked by our goalkeeper, and then our Yukimiya went ahead and shot, but it got blocked by the Aiku. But luckily our Bachira was able to get it back and score. Then our Nagi popped awakening.
Oh, is that it? Did you flick? He didn't flick.
Wait, it's green.
Oh wait, yes, yes he did. Yes he did.
Then our Aiku was able to get the ball yet again and pass it to the Yukimiya, who scored. Then our Yukimiya was able to score yet again, and then their team ended up scoring with a side curve shot to the middle of their goal. But our Yukimiya just went ahead and popped awakening. Then he used his ultimate gyro shot here.
Okay, Genji. Okay, Genji. Is that in? Is that in, Genji? Is that it? Is that it?
Just in, bro. No, bro. No.
Yes! In!
That's it.
Green!
So he was able to score a hat trick in this game, and then Nagi just went ahead and scored the final goal of the game. And of course our Yukimiya ended up getting MVP, making the game 6-1. So I think another one of our players went offline, but luckily we were able to get our win online, so the next game was going to be like an 8v10. And as it proved to become the master of our team, so I switched my style from Barter over to Chigiri, because Chigiri is just the best for the 1 minute time limit. But yeah, we had to go ahead and do another 8v10 against Manshine now. So we were actually able to get the ball at kickoff this time, but it was kind of just like this big back and forth for a bit, which you're going to see. The Manshine people were inside the Manshine uniforms, and we were inside the Barter uniforms. Though we were able to score the first goal fairly quickly. Our Corona just robs the Kaiser with their fetch since it has like some range to it. And then the Kunigami kind of stopped us, but luckily we had like a locked in Corona. So then we just started going back and forth again, so pretty much most of the clips here are self-explanatory. And then their Barrow went ahead and approached our goal, but luckily our IQ stopped him. And I was kind of worried about him because his feint is really OP and it basically just blinds the goalkeeper as well. Then luckily our Don blocked that shot, and then we got like this perfect gyro shot pass up the field. Our Rin just barely didn't reach the ball, but he still got it, but then he got heroic clashed by the Kunigami, and then the Kunigami was able to pass it up, and then the ball got to the Kaiser. And then they managed to score with Magnus, so I decided to go ahead and sub onto the field since the score was now tied and there was like 2 minutes left. But since I had flow moves, but technically wasn't in flow, our Yukimiya was able to pop Awakening. But then he got his gyro shot volleyed. They then passed it back to their goalkeeper, who I was able to catch their team by surprise with my auto steal since they didn't see that I said sub on inside the chat.
That's in. You can just use it. It'll go in. It'll face him. Yeah, just use it. They don't even have an IQ. They don't have IQ.
Oh, that's a little far.
That's in.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I managed to score and we were able to get the lead once again, 2-1. Then their master subbed onto the field, but just like what happened to their team, the same thing happened to our team where we weren't paying attention to the chat at all when they said sub on.
Oh, wait. I didn't even realize he's in. No, yeah. I didn't know either.
So I managed to auto steal from him.
It's like terrible. Wait, do you have Golden Zone back?
If you have Golden Zone,
no? Okay, just pass. Yeah.
I might be able to get
Mark didn't pass.
I aimed the pass pretty high up because there was like 2 people right there, but one of them was behind the other, so I was worried that they were going to get the ball and it went too far. Anyways, I had to go ahead and reset. And then their master used the curve shot air variant to stop us using it as defense, but luckily we're still able to win the game anyways. So if that win, we had to go up against the final team of the video being Bastard. And both Barter and Bastard had like the most competitive amount of players on their team, like from comp and stuff. So it's definitely going to be like the most intense match yet. And of course, we were down players again, being an 8v10. But yeah, let's just go to get straight into the match. Yeah, the game started off with Bastard getting the ball, and it's kind of funny since we had Bastard jerseys and the other team had PXG despite them being Bastard. Anyways, our Yukimiya set a gyro shot up the field, and then the Nagi went ahead and got a goal, but it got caught. So our Yukimiya just went ahead and popped Awakening, and then he decided to shoot a gyro shot instead of doing his ultimate shot, but it got caught. Our Rin went ahead and lost the ball because of his fake shot. And then it was kind of just like a pretty big back and forth. Our goalkeeper was pretty locked in. The Kunigami kind of stopped the Don's pass. And our goalkeeper also caught this shot despite them not being really on the best ping because we could not get Chicago servers for like 25 minutes. And here we were just kind of going back and forth. I don't think it really needs much commentary because it's pretty much self-explanatory. And then I clicked off spectate mode for a second, but our team went ahead and got it back and shot it back into the goal box. So I decided to sub on, but it really was not the best time. And their Kaiser managed to score, making it 2-0. Then our Nagi popped Awakening and got a nice pass into his heavy goal. And now I only had like 10 seconds left on the field as Master, so I decided to pop my Golden Zone just so I could steal it from the other team at least once. And I managed to get the ball at the very end of my Golden Zone, but I had to reset, but our team was able to get the ball because of that. And then their goalkeeper caught 2 back-to-back shots from us. And I can't even lie, their Dawn was pretty locked in. So our Rin popped Awakening, but the other team's Master Lotus also entered the game. Though luckily he also missed his auto-steal. And Lotus was like right next to them, so they didn't have any time to do anything at all. But luckily our IQ managed to get the ball back. They were trying to pass it upfield to get a crash shot, but Don kind of just stopped that. Then their Nagi went ahead and popped Awakening. And then he used Instantly Kill it just to like stall the last 20 seconds on the timer pretty much. Then our goalkeeper came out of goal to try to get a last second steal. We did manage to get the ball back, but at that point there was only like 5 seconds left on the timer, but I think we did pretty good for like an 8v10. So basically there were 3 winners of the event, us, Bastard, and Manshine, because all of us just lost 1 game in total. Obviously us as Barter lost to Bastard, but we ended up beating Manshine, but Manshine ended up beating Bastard, so it was like a 3-way tie. And PXG and Ubers didn't end up getting any wins, but to be fair, they were like the team with the least amount of comp players on it.